Some are born into greatness. Some fight for it. But then, there are the rare few who seem to have greatness flowing in their veins from the moment they touch a ball. Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. wasn't built to follow the rules. He wasn't made to simply play the game. He was born to change how the game itself is seen, to make football feel like music, art, and magic all at once. If you've ever watched Neymar with a ball at his feet, you'll understand. He doesn't run, he glides. He doesn't dribble, he dances. He doesn't play football, he performs a spectacle. And yet behind all the flair, the tricks, the showmanship, lies a story of humble beginnings, hard choices, sacrifice, and the weight of a nation's expectations. Neymar was born on February 5, 1992, in Mogi das Cruzes, a small and struggling city in São Paulo, Brazil. Life was not kind to his family. His father, Neymar Sr., once an aspiring footballer himself, gave up his sporting dreams to work odd jobs as a mechanic and construction worker. His mother, Nadine, juggled several roles to keep food on the table. For the Da Silva family, every day was about survival. Electricity was a luxury. A full meal was a blessing. But in this house of struggle, something extraordinary was growing. Neymar's first toy wasn't an expensive video game or a shiny bicycle. It was a cheap, worn-out football. From the moment he could stand, he kicked, chased, and mastered that ball, as if his life depended on it. And perhaps, in a way, it did. The ball wasn't just a toy, it was his escape, his purpose, his future. His father noticed the spark early. Neymar's balance was strange for a toddler. His touch was unnaturally smooth. The boy would dribble with fruit, stones, anything that rolled. Soon, the narrow streets and the cramped futsal courts of São Vicente became his first training grounds. On these rough surfaces, where space was tight and every second demanded instinct, Neymar's style was born. Close control, quick feet, imagination on fire. But even as talent bloomed, life stayed hard. The family had to move constantly, chasing cheaper rent and safer neighborhoods. There were times when they lived in a single room, sharing beds, eating sparingly, sacrificing everything for a future they could only pray would come true. It was futsal that sharpened him. Unlike grass football, futsal is tight, intense, fast. It taught Neymar to think quicker, dribble sharper, trick better. By age 6, he was dominating local tournaments, leaving older kids in confusion and embarrassment. His name began to spread. At 11 years old, he joined the youth academy of Santos FC, the club that once raised Pelé, the king of football, himself. For Neymar, this was destiny calling. At Santos, his talent exploded. His coaches couldn't believe what they saw. A kid who played with the vision of a veteran, the creativity of an artist, and the fearlessness of a street boy who knew no limits. But Europe was already watching. Real Madrid invited him for trials at just 14. They were ready to sign him, but the family refused. Neymar Sr. made a tough decision to keep his son in Brazil, near home, away from the pressure cooker of European football. Critics called it foolish. They said Neymar was wasting time. But his father knew Brazil would shape him. Santos would finish what the streets of São Vicente started. And finish it they did. At just 17, Neymar made his professional debut for Santos. His first game felt like a prophecy fulfilled. Dribbles that made defenders dizzy. Goals that seemed impossible. Confidence that bordered on arrogance. He wasn't a teenager pretending to be a pro, he was a natural star. By the next season, he became the face of Brazilian football. But with fame came backlash. Some critics sneered at his flicks and tricks, calling him selfish, immature, even disrespectful to the game. They said he dived too much, exaggerated fouls, looked for attention. Neymar ignored them. His goal was simple: to win, to entertain, to bring joy. And win he did. In 2011, Neymar led Santos to win the Copa Libertadores, the South American equivalent of the Champions League. The last time Santos won it, Pelé was king. Now Neymar stood in his place, lifting the same trophy. The legend was real. The world could no longer wait. In 2013, Barcelona made their move. Neymar crossed the ocean, signed for the Catalan giants in a deal worth €57 million. But soon the deal was shrouded in mystery and court cases, with allegations of hidden fees and shady dealings. Still, the football world focused on the pitch. At Barcelona, Neymar faced the ultimate test, sharing a pitch with the greatest of all time, Lionel Messi. Could the boy from Brazil shine under the shadow of the GOAT? He could, and he did. Together with Messi and Luis Suarez, Neymar formed the terrifying trio known as MSN. They tore Europe apart. In the 2014-2015 season, Barcelona won the treble, La Liga, Copa del Rey, and the UEFA Champions League. Neymar scored crucial goals in every competition, including the Champions League final against Juventus. His brilliance was unquestionable. The world adored him. But not all was perfect. Neymar craved more freedom, more spotlight, more control. And so, in 2017, he shocked the planet. Paris Saint-Germain offered €222 million to sign him, the largest transfer fee in history. Neymar accepted. Critics called him greedy, accused him of abandoning greatness for gold. Neymar said he wanted to build his own legacy, to escape Messi's shadow, to be king, not prince. At PSG, he dazzled. Goals, assists, titles, they all came. His skill remained breathtaking. Yet injuries haunted him. Important Champions League matches missed. Key seasons disrupted. Fans questioned his focus. Media obsessed over his partying, his social life, his image. Was Neymar still serious about football? Or had the star lost his way? But on his day, oh, what a day it was. Neymar in full flow was unstoppable. His dribbles humiliated defenders. His creativity split defenses. His vision created goals from nothing. He helped PSG reach their first ever Champions League final in 2020, but they lost to Bayern Munich. Even in defeat, Neymar shone on the international stage. Neymar carried Brazil's hopes like a burden too heavy for one man. In 2014, on home soil, he shined brilliantly, until disaster struck. A brutal challenge by Colombia's Zuriga fractured Neymar's vertebra, ending his World Cup in agony. Brazil, without their talisman, crumbled to a 7-1 humiliation against Germany. The weight of a nation's grief fell on Neymar's shoulders. But redemption came. In the 2016 Rio Olympics, Neymar led Brazil to its first ever Olympic gold in football, scoring the decisive penalty in the final against Germany. Tears of joy replaced tears of pain. For once, the burden lifted. In the years that followed, Neymar chased the one trophy that still escaped him, the FIFA World Cup. But 2018 and 2022 ended in heartbreak, injuries, defeats, controversies. And yet Neymar kept going, passing milestones, breaking records. By 2023, he surpassed Pelé's record for most goals scored for Brazil. A bittersweet honor for a player desperate to match Pelé's World Cup triumph. And then came another twist. In 2023, Neymar signed for Al-Hilal in Saudi Arabia. Critics cried, another career sold for money? Neymar said, a new challenge, a new adventure. Love him or hate him, he remained the game's great entertainer. Always surprising, always bold. But Neymar's influence is far bigger than trophies or transfers. He redefined the modern football star. Tattoos, jewelry, outrageous fashion, parties, social media millions. He was more than a footballer, he was a global icon. Brands, designers, musicians, all wanted a piece of him. Yet beneath the fame lay the child. From Mogidas cruises, the boy who slept hungry, the boy who juggled oranges because he couldn't afford a real ball, the boy whose father sacrificed everything, the boy who dreamed. And 2 millions in Brazil, Neymar is still that boy. A symbol of hope, a reminder that even from the poorest streets, greatness can rise. When Neymar dances on the pitch, Brazil smiles. When he cries in defeat, Brazil weeps. He is their hero, their rebel, their flawed genius. Neymar's numbers are staggering. Over 400 career goals. Dozens of trophies in Brazil, Spain, France. A record-breaking transfer. The most goals in Brazilian national history. But his true legacy is harder to measure. He made football fun again. In an era of systems, tactics, and data, Neymar reminded the world of joy. The flick, the nutmeg, the rainbow, the unexpected pass, the impossible shot. He made fans gasp. He made children dream. He made defenders despair. And his story is not over. At 33, Neymar still plays, still dreams of a World Cup, still dazzles millions, still divides opinion. Will he achieve ultimate glory? Or will his career remain a tale of unfulfilled genius? Only time will tell. But this much is certain. Neymar da Silva Santos Jr. changed football. He made it brighter, wilder, more beautiful. From the dusty streets of Brazil to the glittering stadiums of Europe and the Middle East, he danced his way into history. A boy, a magician, a superstar, a legend in progress. Neymar